Hello, hello, welcome back to the realm. If you managed to survive the extreme tedium of the last episode, for which I can't apologise enough, I did tell you during it was going to be quite dull and not much more than just not much more than a Twitch stream, really. Anyway, I'm sitting above the Tiger Preservation Village. I've finally put the last roof on the house over here. I'll show you what I've done with the wall. So I said I was going to extend the wall, so here we are. And there used to be a wall running along the length of this road in the middle of the city. What I've done is I didn't want to get rid of it all because I quite liked it. So what I've done is I remember this tower we had, this thing I built way back last summer when I first started this world, my lookout tower. So I've kind of incorporated that into the wall a bit better and put a wall around it with this stylized stuff. It probably needs some torches on the wall, doesn't it, to fit it in with the theme. I don't know what sort of something. I don't know. So that's been surrounded by that, and I've tidied it up a bit. It's got a tower at the end of it on the wall, and blah blah blah. So, and then I've left the wall at the end attached to that. So the idea is it's kind of a quick way for soldiers to get to that tower. That's what's in my head about it. And for the wall that's left, I've punched through where I could to link it up to the main town. This building here, I managed to put a back door into to enable access so that we're not just looking at blank walls at the back of buildings, and it sort of, I want to feel that this side is connected to that side. And we've got a door in the side here, so that connects. I mean, we can, put a path through to there now. Sort of join it in, stuff like that. It needs tidying up, but and I think further along here, I discovered another back door that I could build into it. See, this is all opened up. I've just knocked the backs through of everything. I thought I'd have a back door somewhere. Anyway, maybe I haven't. I thought I did it beside a prismarine pillar. Yeah, there we go, look. So I couldn't knock through this wall because there's a building the other side of it. But I built it's this sort of bakehouse, smokehouse thing. So I've added a door. Oh, hang on. Here we go. Into here. So, and this is another way out of the back. These are just cuts. Again, to try and make it open out the wall. But anyway, we've got all of this tons and tons of space here now. Look at this. This is insane. So I've been spending today doing some prettying up of the wall. The video was just putting the bloody line of the wall down. So I've been putting towers on. I've been using the structure blocks a bit more to copy and paste, particularly the turret things on top of a finished tower. That's been very convenient to do that. But I've been removing the bits of the scenery that are too extreme. I want hills and dales and stuff, but moving what's too extreme. Put a couple of, gatehouses in where I've decided I want the roads to go out. It's more based on the scenery outside than anything else. That just seemed to be a path to go down. Over in this corner here, I've started to put down a square because I ended up with two gates here, and I thought it would be nice if they came into a sort of square. And there's a road on the outside. Up here, this gate here, there's a little hill here, so I've had a path climbing up the hill, and I'm going to put something on top of this outside the city walls. I don't know what that's going to be yet. Chapel, castle, who knows? Yeah, but there's all of this land in here, tons and tons and tons of it. This here that I've started to build, I discovered I dug a mine here way back, and this does well. I think it goes places in the well. That's optimistic languages. I wanted to keep it, so I moved it around a little bit and I put a front on it. This is kind of going to be a mine house factory thing. I don't know how to build one. All I thought at the moment is it will have a double door, but I don't know. I need to think about this. So that's just sort of a marker for me for this. We've got a nice raised bit in the middle here, which is quite cool. Sort of fun stuff to do. The main path, because it's the main road I used to build through the forest, and I removed the whole forest by doing commands, finding and replacing the logs that the trees are made out of. But that's a lovely straight line down to this new gatehouse, into this new external wall. We'll have a look at that in a minute. The last thing on the inside is there's another gatehouse over here. Is that there's a junction of stuff. See, the road's going to go off down there, but we've got this nice hill up here, and I put a prismarine pillar on top of it to remind me. And then there's this bridge over here. I've connected into that as well. I've started to try to link things up, but I've built a path up and around this hill because there's going to be something on top of it again. I kind of like to build a ruin, but I bet I don't build a ruin. I bet I build a finished thing. I don't think I know how to build a ruin. And outside here is, well, we've seen the crop fields. This is the main route into the city. We've seen this path here, which is amazing now with this fantastic view of the new gatehouse on this road. I'm really proud of that one. Really pleased with that. It looks really handsome. But I've extended the farmlands now across this side here, where the trees are, is because I've put these sort of intra-field paths and things in here. So that's what the oak trees are doing. And they're nice to walk through. But the farmland goes all the way now. See, we're on the corner of the new wall. And there's the lake house. So the farmland's now all the way over here. And this was that little thing outside the wall that might be a chapel, might be a keep, might be castle, might be ruined, don't know. Yeah, so we've got all the farmland built there. Other thing I've done is, as we go around the farmland, you see the new line of the wall is there. You can see it across in the distance. Isn't that beautiful as the sun rises? Isn't that lovely? You could almost be there. So the wall comes round here. There's a kind of another entrance there. But what, and I've developed the paths. I think we're going to leave these just as grassy bits outside the wall now. We're not going to develop it over much. The only bit of development I've done here is I did want a chicken coop, chicken farm here. I wanted one for ages. So we've got a house here next to it, which has got a bunk bed, TV thing for him to amuse himself in there, whatever he's doing, watching porn, I don't know, with a thatched roof. And over here is the chicken coop, which is a blatant steal of someone else's design. I can't remember whose. The fun thing about it is that it's got chicken nests in it. So these are... Why is there no item frame there? I'll put one now. Is that this... What am I doing? Is an item frame with an egg. Chicken egg, that is. In the middle of it, like that. Let's turn it around. And a dead brain coral fan just put on the block underneath it, so it looks like a nest. That's all these are. And the chickens do seem to like sitting on it. It's quite cool. Often you come in here and they're actually sitting on top of these things. So that's what those are. Yeah. So go up a bit. That's that. I'm sure if you can use Google like I can use Google, you can steal the same design as I stole. It's fairly straightforward, made of slabs on the bottom, slabs on the top, and trapdoors around the edge for the walls. There you go. See how that works? And it's standing on a fence base. And I've put in some wheat for them to eat, a bit of water. Blah-de-blah. And we've still got these nice paths lit up beautifully. I do like these paths. They're very pleasant to walk down. But we haven't got time to walk down the paths because I also wanted to just now trace the line of the wall. Now the wall's in and we can see where it's going. So let's start. So we got this massive patch here, which is sort of rectangular. We know about this. And when this finally renders in, that's the town. The Tiger Preservation District is here. Look, there you go. There's my new Tourist Information Centre, which is no longer as you come into the walls, of course. But I put a revised map up there at a different resolution of the whole city. But there you go. This wall now comes along. Look at the size of this land. Look at the size of this land to fill up. It's frightening, isn't it? I've done a few bits and bobs. But we're just going on the wall line here now to give you an idea of how big this blooming thing is. That's where some structure's going to be. This is the road curling around the edge of it I showed you at the beginning. It goes up and over a cliff here. I built inside there and down into the base of that with sort of a barracks. But I don't need to see that. aim, and there's towers. And this is as far as I got with the towers. So the wall then comes around here. I'm keeping that insane bit of world generation and put a hole in the wall to collect it, and some barriers around the outside because that's just fucking bonkers. And the wall goes all the way around here. See it? It skirts nicely around the edge of this thing. I've put a little park in here. Oh, there's going to be because it's an exterior wall, there's going to be a piston gate door thing there, and we're going to talk about piston gate door things in a minute. And this path here goes over to the wither fighting chamber, which we have seen before. I know you might not have this in your head like I've got it in my head. The wall comes around here all the way over. It does a bit of a sharp angle there, and I'm not totally sure I love that, but the landscape really does do that at this point. So we're following the landscape here. This kind of wackiness here is to remind me I might actually be knocking down this grassy mound in between and bringing a road through there. I might be, or I might not, I don't know. Carries on up and over, and there's the beginnings of a tower that I haven't finished. And then over here, there's the museum in front of us. We're over to this wall. And I've sort of finished the towers that are in this wall. I don't know why we've got a gate here, because this gate doesn't go anywhere. It's not even openable in theory. And our museum has monsters gurgling away inside there. So that's where we are here. So that's the extent of the wall. So if I go up, up, you see the wall on the right. See the size of the area to fill up. Just imagine this. How much stuff to build. I mean, maybe it won't all be as dense as the centre of the city, because cities aren't like that. So just scoot around here slowly. You can see it actually, it's quite clear. Over here. Down there's the gate at the bottom. I don't know what we're going to do with this mountain here on the left. I think we're not going to do anything with it. And we'll just carefully barricade it at one point with a wall or something to stop things that spawn on the mountain getting into the town. I think that's all we can do. I don't want a big feature on top of this mountain. We have a feature on top there where the prismarine pillar's sticking up in the middle there. Here we go. And then we're around here. And the fields are outside the wall, and then there's all this space inside the wall here. Yeah. Anyway, you get the idea. There's all this space. There we go. There's the wall the other side. So it's not huge, but given the length of time it takes me to build one single house, something I think you might find me doing now is designing a set of standard half-timbered houses of all sorts of different dimensions and different heights of the various floors, and I think that's something like 12 different houses, or maybe more. And what I'll be doing is using the structure blocks to copy and paste them into the new landscape, and then I'll switch out the color of terracotta, and I will then customize them with external decoration and maybe how their fireplaces work, that kind of thing. But I mean, I will never do this if I have to build every single house block by block bespoke. It's simply too much, and I've built so many of the things now that I'm sure I'm getting to the stage where I've got enough template houses that they're varied enough. So if you now want to see something about piston doors, what I suggest you do is look at the next video in this playlist, where I will demonstrate very specifically how you can create piston doors. Look at that for timing. Isn't that amazing? The key thing is that my wall around my city is only 1 block thick. So it's the width of like that. And I want my doors working off a button. Now, if you know, the button activates the block behind it. But in order to carry redstone down, you need to... Oh, what's going on there? You need to have more than 1 thickness through. We'll explore this in the next video, which I'm going to go straight into recording, but I'll make it separate because it's kind of educational. Thank you for joining me in this. So it's very brief, just to catch up really on everything I've been doing. Do come and check out the next semi-tutorial video. and join me in some other playlists or the realm next time. Thank you very much. Bye bye.